So there was no pandemic. Let that sink in.
There has not been a pandemic. Dennis Rancourt's data shows that the all-cause mortality evidence data did not increase at all in the run-up to the declaration fraudulently by WHO of a pandemic. There is no public health emergency except that created by our governments. A inappropriate, fraudulent PCR test was used to give people the impression that they had a particular disease where they didn't. There were all the normal diseases. And then what happened was, in three different ways, people were treated badly through changed medical procedures that were imposed above the level of nation, briefly, mass ventilation of people inappropriately in hospitals that led to lots of deaths. In care homes, many people were given sedatives and respiratory depressants, which led to their deaths. My PhD was specifically in that area of opiates and respiratory depression. And in the community, people were denied life saving antibiotics and died of bacterial pneumonia. There's your pandemic. There is no other pandemic. And based on this lie, we were told that vaccines were coming our way and would be our savior. Two things. As I say, first, there's no pandemic, so you certainly don't need an experimental, rushed medical intervention. But secondly, even if you did, as someone who's worked in the industry for over 30 years, I am telling you, it's absolutely impossible to invent, test, clinically evaluate, and manufacture and then launch on global scale a complex biomedical product. It's absolutely impossible. It's not as close, it's years wrong. The fastest record prior to this was 6 years. And friends of mine who've worked all their lives in manufacturing of complex biological products tell me the methods development alone for the development of a reproducible manufacturing process itself takes a number of years. So whatever it is you think was done, I am telling you, there was not the development of a proper medical product. What I think happened was the advancement of materials that are intentionally toxic, and then they were sketchily advanced and jammed into people's arms, often coerced, sometimes even mandated, with the unsurprising effect that millions of people have died. So I think having heard what I've just said, that there was no pandemic and the lie was maintained in order to inject people en masse, I think 5.5 billion people, with an intentionally dangerous substance, 17 million of whom have died so far.
Now, the scary part is, guys, is like the whole world that we all went through this. We all fell for it. You know, this is something that really happened. Now, I personally, I didn't get the vaccine. I did lose my job. I wasn't able to go anywhere. I was scrutinized. I lost my family members, and I lost loved ones to death. My family members, some of them just disowned me because I wouldn't get the vaccine. But I do, three of my children, they're adults, but they took it upon themselves to get the vaccine. Two of them anyway. They didn't do any past two, but two of my children that got them actually have side effects from the vaccine. And where I am out in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, the COVID vaccine specialist doctor, the only one that you could see, we're still on another year's waiting list. So, no regular doctor will see my son because he had the vaccine and they don't know how to treat him. So, this is what we're living with now. Anyway, guys, it's just mind blowing. It's mind blowing.